quick question might be, when you sing in worship, who are you singing to? Most of us assume the answer is simple: we sing to God. And that is true. But the New Testament also says we sing to one another. So, which is it? Well, stick around. That's coming up on today's episode. I'm Jared Ritchie. Today is Friday, February the 20th, 2026, and you're listening to the Friday 5 series from Musically Speaking. Today I want to make a simple point, really, and that is congregational singing in the scriptures has more than one audience. And remembering that and considering it changes the way we think about singing and hopefully the way we go about it. This is an idea that the author and Professor Paul Munson, Grove City College, I think has explained very helpfully. And he goes about saying that there are three audiences that show up in the scriptures, especially in the book of Psalms, as we know. And then he also says that these audiences are reminded or reiterated in Paul's letter to the Ephesians and Colossians. So let's look at those briefly. They may be review for you. The first audience in the congregational singing is sometimes we sing to ourselves. The Psalms do this. There are moments where the psalmist speaks straight to his own soul. Why are you cast down, O my soul? Or bless the Lord, O my soul, from Psalm 103. That kind of self-address is not vanity. It's how you preach to yourself when your feelings are lagging behind what you know is true. You might say that it's pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, or probably more Christian or liturgical in its idea. Maybe a better way to say that would be pulling yourself up by your baptism. And in congregational worship, you sing a hymn that calls you in any number of ways to hope, to trust, repentance, rejoicing. You're not only speaking to God, you're also calling your own heart to attention. And that's the first audience. The second audience would be that we sing to God. Yes, this is not a hard one. We understand that, and this is where Paul Munson again makes a very important but obvious point, that God's not imaginary. He is really listening. So in congregational singing, we shouldn't consider it to be mood background music. It's not merely a private spiritual exercise that happens in public. It's actually an address to the living God. And that means our words and our music should fit the particular audience. And that should not be lost on us. Point number 3 would be that we sing to one another. And this is one that I think we most of the time easily forget, especially when the emphasis is on praise and worship singing to God. But remember, the Ephesians 5 tells us that we address one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. Colossians 3 says singing is connected to teaching and admonishing one another. By singing, yes, that's not just to God, that's to one another. And that's a stunning idea. It means that congregational singing is not just personal expression. It's mutual ministry. When you sing in worship, you're not only offering a vertical praise, you're strengthening the faith of the person next to you in a lateral way. There's a one-anotherness to it. And sometimes we find in modern worship settings, as Paul Munson reminds us, that people end up so focused on their own internal experience that the song stops having any clear audience at all. But biblically, the church sings as a body to one another, and we sing that the word of Christ may dwell richly among us. We sing so someone else hears our courage, and we sing that our neighbor's weary heart remembers what is true. So the next time you're singing in worship, ask a simple question. What is this song or psalm? Who is it addressing? Who am I addressing right now? Who are we addressing right now? Sometimes you're calling back your own soul to faithfulness. You're always, of course, praising the Lord, and very often you're teaching and encouraging your brothers and sisters, whether you realize it or not. That's the one-anotherness of singing. Well, that's going to have to do it for this week's Friday 5. Thanks always for listening. Until next time, take care.